Ryan, no Gareth Bale, no Aaron Ramsey. First of all, with Gareth Bale, what is the state of his fitness as he goes back to Real Madrid, and how long do you think he'll be out?
Yeah, he did a bit of work with us. He went back yesterday, and I expect him to be fit for the weekend. So, like I said in the first press conference, it was nothing really. It was just a bit of fatigue. Obviously, we had to be careful because we did play him. Then you're running the risk of it being a bigger injury. So we didn't want to risk it. And yeah, I would imagine he'll be fine for the weekend.
Was there any part of your decision sort of influenced by keeping good relations with Real Madrid?
No, he just wasn't right. He hadn't done the workload really. If it was a cup final or something, then potentially. But no, he hadn't really done any work. So the plan was really just, like I said, leaving it as late as possible, and it was just taking a long time to get ready. But I expect him to train this week and like I said, be ready for the weekend.
Aaron Ramsey out because of family reasons. We know his wife is expecting twins.
Yeah.
Is there any update? And also, have you been planning for this game without Aaron Ramsey?
Yeah, he's good news. He's had 2 additions to the family over the weekend. So yeah, huge congratulations to Rambo, and he stayed in London with his family. So yeah, and we'd planned for that really because he was given up until Monday really, when the last day really. So that was obviously tight with having done no training really over the weekend since the game. So yeah, we'd already planned for that.
You talked about a plan B, looking for a plan B without Gareth Bale. No Aaron, A. No Bale, B. Looking for a plan B.
No, I mean it's a great chance for players to come in and put on a good performance, and you know, you're seeing the likes of Connor Roberts come into the team, do well, and stay in the team, and yeah, it gives more players an opportunity with the players that you've just mentioned missing.
Are your youngsters ready to step up in what may well be they're an uncompromising side of the Republic?
Yeah, it'll be a test. Difficult place to come. You know, we watched the game on Saturday, and it's tough. It's you've got to win your battles. You've got to play your football. So I'm looking forward to seeing how a few of the young players react, because yeah, like you say, it will be a test.
Thomas Delaney of Denmark called the Republic of Ireland style primitive. How would you describe it?
No, I mean, obviously we've already played them, and we played really well in the first game, and we're going to have to play to that standard again. Obviously Martin, I've got full respect for Martin. He's a brilliant manager. He's proved that over the years, and we'll expect a test, and one that I'm looking forward to.
And after a great win at home and then the defeat by Spain, how do you sort of put the Spain defeat into a box and sort of draw on the positives from Ireland last night?
No, I mean it was a brilliant performance by Spain. It was always going to be difficult for us because we had one eye on this game, keeping players fresh for this game. So, but yeah, you can't deny the performance that Spain put on. It was outstanding. But like I said after the game, the basics we just didn't do right, and we give them, no matter how well they played, they were soft goals that we give away.
And given the absentees, is this possibly your biggest challenge yet as Wales manager this game?
No, I think it's always a challenge. Whoever you play, different challenges. You know, we had Spain, had Denmark the game before, and this is another challenge. And yeah, we've had a few injuries, but you know, I knew that when I took over. That's why I've fast-tracked a lot of the young players to give them that experience going into the qualifiers in March.
Okay, next, Satish. Can you just use the microphone, please? Thanks.
Ryan, Martin O'Neill was saying that he thought you would take more from the defeat of Ireland than the loss to Spain, and that consequently you would be...
Say that again, sorry.
That you would take more confidence from the defeat of the Republic of Ireland than the loss of confidence from the defeat to Spain. Do you agree with that? And do you see yourselves as slight favourites because of that?
No, well, I've just said, we played really well against Ireland at home. But we were at home, and I think I've said to the players that's the benchmark, that's the standard that you have to set. But in that game, we did the basics right, and that gives us the platform to go on and score some fantastic goals, play really well. Against Spain, even though we were against a superior team, we didn't do the basics, and that's what I'm looking for, to give us a platform to then go and play. If you don't do the basics right, then you haven't got a platform to go out and play and show what you're capable of.
Next question. Anybody else? Yep, gentleman here. Thanks, Rob. Yeah.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
One of the peculiarities of the Nations League is that if you win tomorrow, you're top of the group. If you lose, you're bottom.
Yeah.
How does that affect your thinking, and what are you going to be telling the players when they go out in terms of how to approach the game?
No, exactly what you just said. If we win the game, we're top of the group, and we've got an excellent chance of qualifying. Well, not qualifying, but topping the group at the end of it. So that was our aim at the beginning, to top the group. But it just shows, I think, the positivity of the Nations League, how tight these groups are. I've said that before. It makes it really competitive because all the teams in the group are more or less equal, really. So, yeah, it's very tight. But if we win, then it's in our hands to go on and top the group, and that's all you can ask for.
Next question.
Hey Ryan, just in the context of the players who are missing, the fact that it's an away game as well, and possibly the effects of the Spanish game, how committed are you and your team to trying to continue your style of trying to play football, basically, and be composed in possession?
Yeah, we want to play football in the right way, but you have to earn the right to play as well. I've just said it again. I said it the other night about doing the basics, about winning your battles. Teams aren't just going to lie down and let you play football. So you have to win your individual battles. You have to win your battle as a team, and then you might be able to go out and play and pass the ball around and take players on and excite the fans who have travelled over. Over 2,500 fans are going to travel over here. So I want them to go back excited, liking what they've seen. But if you don't do the basics right, then you won't be able to do that. And teams don't just allow you to do that. So yeah, you have to do the hard things first and tough it out at times.
Ryan, we've been looking through the record books, and Wales have only won 3 qualifiers without Gareth in recent years. How do you instill belief into your players that they can win without, obviously, your best player?
Yeah, I mean, any team's going to miss a player like Gareth, but we have to. We have to because it's happened in the past. It's going to happen in the future, where we have to cope without our better players. And like I say, the players who I will give players chances, no matter what age they are. Then it's up to them to take it, and yeah, stop that record. Prove people wrong if that's the case, and yeah, make that record just a little bit better. It's not easy because, like I say, you'll always miss someone like Gareth, but we've still got players who can make things happen, and that's what I want to see tomorrow night.
And talking of young players, when you played at Manchester United, there was a lot of young players came through. Is there any experiences you can remember where you were missing big players and the onus was on the young players to go out and deliver?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not just about the young players. The experienced players have to help them through the times where you have to maybe tough it out in 90 minutes, and experiences that they've had on a football pitch that the young players might not have had. But it's this is going to be different from Thursday. Obviously, we're away from home. We're against a different team, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the young players cope, because it will be a challenge. It will be tough, and we're going to have to earn our victory without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, anyone else, or is that it? One question. We'll take one last question, thanks.
You mentioned young players, Ryan. Southgate is similar. He's brought in young players to England. Is that the way forward for international managers? You know, is it about giving, not waiting for fellas to be 25, 26, throwing them in early and believing them from an early age?
No, not necessarily. I think it's always a balance. It's always a balance with your team. And young players can inspire the older players, but also, like I've just said, the older players have been there and done it, so they can help them through times where they maybe have to tough it out. And you know, we had a group of young players come through at United, but we were helped. We were helped by the older, experienced players: Steve Bruce's, Brian Robson's, Paul Ince's, Brian McClare's. So we were helped along the way, because young players, you just leave them. When they're flying, you just leave them, let them play. It's when they go through difficult times, or the form isn't so good, or they're maybe just having a bad patch in a game. That's when the experienced players can help them. So it's always a balance. It's not a case of just throwing young players in and you're a coach who just plays young players. No, it's about a balance and getting that balance right, because, like I said, they can help each other in different ways.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Joel. We'll bring Ben in a minute. Thanks, Ben.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you. Thanks.